Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
On the telephone line, I've got the chair of the Kapiti Chamber of Commerce, Heather Hutchings, who's up in New Plymouth. Got the news up there. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Nigel.
Well, the Mayor called it an appalling decision by Air New Zealand. How would you put it, Heather?
Well, Nigel, we're really disappointed with the airline's decision, and especially after a highly successful day that we had last week at the Kapiti Coast Airport. So yes. We're disappointed. I'm a bit speechless, I have to say.
Yes, well, I think a lot of people are. We're just wondering how they wanted the open day to go ahead. Was that part of Air New Zealand's decision to put this on?
Air New Zealand worked with us very closely to put this on, and to be honest, this decision happened after that opening of the airport day. I think it might relate back to the cancellation of the flights on the Sunday and the following Monday that happened after our open day.
Yes, it seems though Air New Zealand, they got a 65% loading from what we've been told, and they were sort of looking for about a 75% loading, but there were times when you couldn't get a seat on the plane, so you got to take the good with the bad, haven't you?
Well, yes, you do, and of course that's what happens when you're in business, isn't it? And now at the end of the day in business, you have good days and you have bad days.
And when you think that we've put that special show on last Saturday to encourage more people to use the flights, surely they could have thought, well, we'll give it 2 or 3 months and then decide what we're going to do.
Yep, I think so. I think you're right. We had a lot of people coming through that airport who had never been to the airport before. It was the first time there, and so they were really experiencing the airport and the potential that we have on the Kapiti Coast.
Well, as the Mayor said, the Guru, this morning, it's a business decision. We all make decisions in business, what's good and what's bad for us, but he said it's not the only airline that's capable of running services out of the Kapiti Coast, so and Air New Zealand's open to conversations with airlines who want to put on their choice of routes, so It may be beneficial to us in the long run.
That's right, and certainly Ian spoke to me about that last night when he rang me. So there are 3 other airlines that they've been talking to. Air New Zealand are very supportive. They understand, I guess, their impact of their decision and the impact it's going to have on the Kapiti Coast. But for the Chamber now, we're going to work really hard to build Kapiti's reputation as a tourism destination. And we're going to, I guess, take that inspiration from Destination Wairarapa, who have successfully built a tourism industry that thrives without a local airport.
Yes, they used to have Air New Zealand flying out of there, and they cancelled those flights, didn't they? So they went the alternatives. That's
right. So, the Chamber's looking now at what do we need to be doing differently, what do we need to be concentrating on, what's the model going to look like as far as our tourism and visitor attraction sector is concerned.
Yes. So we've got to look on the positive side. I know it's a bit of a shock to us all and we think negatively, but we've got to think positively. This could be a great benefit for the Kapiti Coast.
I think so. It's the glass is always full. We just have to learn to operate it.
Yes. I mean, you think of those flights to Nelson and Blenheim. They're very attractive now, aren't they, from here?
They are very attractive.
Yes. The only thing is I was thinking business-wise, getting freight out of here, well, I suppose Air New Zealand did carry a fair bit of freight from our business to destinations. We won't have that opportunity now. It
depends on who the other airline is.
Yes.
There are a couple of airlines out there that do carry a lot of freight, and perhaps one of those might be interested in flying out to Kapiti.
Okay. All right. So you're coming back down to meet your board, and you're meeting with Robert Binney's secretary or something this afternoon, are you?
No. So Robert's PR, who's Robert from the Kapiti Coast Airport's PR, of course, is coming in. It affects them as well, that decision, and they're like us, they're a bit shocked.
Yes.
So they will be having their meeting this afternoon, and I'll come back from New Plymouth this afternoon to meet with the board and look at where we're going to go as well.
Good. Well, we might contact you next week and just see what progress has been made there, Heather.
Excellent.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Nigel.
Heather Hutchings, the chair of the Kapiti Chamber of Commerce.
106.3 Beach FM.